Welcome once again to the live stream here on the campus of Whitensville Christian School. I'm Jamie Walton to bring you the action where the Whitensville Christian Crusaders play host to the Nipmuc Warriors tonight. Another big Dual Valley Conference matchup where Nipmuc's had a great season so far, 6-2 overall. Some guys with a lot of experience on this Nipmuc Warriors team. 6-2 overall, 2-1 in the DVC. They handled earlier in the season Douglas by 10 and Hopedale by 18. And Nipmuc was rolling besides a loss earlier to Dover Sherborne, which is always a great program. But this past Tuesday night, a big DVC loss, one that Nipmuc did not expect as they dropped one against the BMR Chargers. Really surprising as BMR has come on ever since we last were with you, and WCS handled BMR pretty easily, but Nipmuc lost by 2, a close one, to go 6-2 overall and once again 2-1 in the DVC. So this is a big matchup, especially for the Crusaders. They come in at 4-2, but only 1-2 in the DVC. They had some early out-of-season matchups against some weaker opponents, and so now as they've gotten into DVC Dual Valley Conference play, the Crusaders are 1-2. They won their first one against BMR to go up 4-0, but they've dropped 2 since I've last talked with you here at home. Both on the road, of course. They lost to Douglas, which was a close one for most of it, but eventually lost by 14 last Friday night. And then they lost at Sutton on Tuesday night. Tough loss. Got beat by, I believe it was, let me check here. I didn't write it down because it was in the double figures. It wasn't a very close game against Sutton. So back home, we'll see where WCS is 2-0. We'll see if they can get back to their winning ways and get it even in the Dual Valley Conference here. This would be a big, big win for the Crusaders, especially since today the first MIAA power rankings came out. I'll go over some of those for you at halftime and what that is and what it all could mean here. Still very early, but this was the first one. They'll come out with weekly ones. So as we look at that, this would be not just a good conference win for Coach Badgema's team, but it would be a great opportunity to jump up in those rankings. Pumped up over the bench of the Crusaders. They need this one, dropping 2 straight on the road. They really want this one. Nipmuc dropping a tough one to BMR. They also want this one. Let's pause while we do the starting lineups in the national anthem.
Number 22, the senior and captain, Zach Casey. Number 3, senior Isaiah Fantiga. Number 10, junior Dylan McAllister. And number 23, freshman Gabe Dieter. The Crusaders are coached by Brady Badgema, assistant coach Dave Dieters, and John Silstra. Would you now please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
All right, so those festivities over. If you're just joining us here in the live stream, a big Dual Valley Conference game here. Whitensville Christian as the Crusaders play host, trying to break a 2-game losing streak to the Nipmuc Warriors. Nipmuc comes in having dropped 1, but they're 6-2 overall, so they really want to get back on their winning ways. Really nice touch. I don't know if you can see that on the live stream, but when they do the starting lineups, they put pictures up on the screen. It's come a long way when they first got that screen, and they didn't know what to do with it. Athletic Director Kurt Savage does a great job integrating some of that stuff. One of the problems for the Crusaders in this 2-game losing streak seems to be scoring. Gabe Dieters and his brother Caleb Dieters have kind of carried the load. They need Plantinga, who's jumping it up right now, to really get into it. Plantinga can't pick it up, so Dieters does. Gets it to his brother Gabe, and that goes over to Dylan McAllister. McAllister take the point for the Crusaders. Nipmuc is man-to-man. They usually play man for most of the game. We'll see if that's the case. Fed down low. Caleb doesn't want to take the shot. Because he had a much taller James McKinney on him. There is 12 seconds on the shot clock. Dylan looks like he's hurrying a bit. He finds Zach Casey. Casey from the corner, off to iron, and now Nipmuc wants to run with it. That's an over the back, an immediate turnover by the Warriors. Nipmuc loves to get out in transition, but Coach Badgema has keyed that in practice. Whether it's a miss or a make, you got to get back into your defense. Crusaders have been playing more zone this year. Gabe Dieters, he's wide open. We'll see if Gabe can nail it here early. A little bit long. Good crash by Casey. Nipmuc gets it. Logan DeMarzo. DeMarzo gets it out to Kelly for 3. Kelly loves to shoot that 3. DeMarzo with the rebound. That's no good. Still no score. The Kellys the Crusaders got to watch out and guard that perimeter 3-point shot. Braden Kelly made 8 threes last game. Zeke with the drive. Gets it to Gabe. Gabe slips. He's able to get it back out. Set to McAllister at the point. There's 17 seconds left on the shot clock. McAllister now slips. I think we got to dry the court right there. That's 2 or 3 guys right there who have fallen. So that's the first foul. That's going to be a foul on Chase Kelly, number 1. So that'll reset the shot clock for Crusaders. They get it down to Dieters. Dieters has to fall away because McGinney just too tough down low. What I'd love to see the Crusaders do more of is bring Caleb out a little bit, draw McKinney out. McKinney, he finds DeMarzo, battles. DeMarzo missed and then almost got his own rebound, but Caleb Dieters was able to get it. And there goes Caleb. Let's see if Caleb can put a move on. Looked like maybe a clean block there by James McKinney, number 21. But Caleb draws the foul. Love to see the aggressiveness by the Crusaders big there. Senior captain Caleb Dieters. Dieters has been kind of carrying the load offensively. We need to see the outside game of Plantinga, Cam Damaris when he comes back in. That one's short. One of the problems, one of the things you gain by starting Zach Casey over Cam Damaris is rebounding and defense. But one of the things you lose is that potential three-point threat. We have a lane violation. I believe they called on Isaiah Plantinga. So there's 6:11 left here, first quarter. Scoreless. Good defense by both teams so far. A little bit of jitters. Jacob Giardini, he gets it into McKinney. McKinney's been averaging in double figures all game. They've got to they got to front McKinney on those drives. It's 2-0 Warriors. Gabe, that's a blocking foul. There's no way that should have been a charge. That is a block all day. You rewarded a flop underneath the hoop. But the refs didn't see it that way, so that's the first foul. That's an offensive charge. First foul on Gabe Dieters. 2 team fouls on Nipmuc, 1 on Whitensville. DeMarzo, he loves to drive and then dish or kick it. That's Kelly down to McKinney. McKinney goes with a left. No good. Caleb Dieters out with the break. He's going to find a guard, and he does. McAllister. Dylan almost loses it. Got plenty of time. They got to set it up. Plantinga. Now Gabe. Methodical. Gabe all the way up and under. Looked like Gabe might have had it. Could have stopped and popped, but he took another step. But then Gabe Dieters gets back on defense. Great play. You love to see that by the freshman. Doesn't hang his head by that with missing that shot and getting back and slapping the ball out of bounds. Still Nipmuc ball. They still got plenty of time on the shot clock with 5:14 in this first quarter. Oh, man, wide open is Logan DeMarzo. Good look there by Giardini. That's going to bring Cam Damaris off the bench. 4-0 is the Nipmuc lead. Again, the offensive woes continue for the Crusaders. Plantinga, you love to see him get going, but he's really not looking for his shot. Zach Casey threw a low bounce pass to try to get Caleb Dieters down low. As you saw, out of bounds, Nipmuc will get the ball. A little bit of press here by the Crusaders. Giardini almost gets stuck with it, but he gets it to DeMarzo. DeMarzo goes around the back. Good drive. Finds McKinney. McKinney a little too hard. No good. That's going to be Whiten's. Oh, okay. Thought maybe that was going to go back to the Crusaders. They get a new shot clock. Nipmuc up 4-0. 4:34 left first quarter. That's Braden Kelly. Again, a lefty. Both of the Kellys are. McKinney gets it down low. When he gets it down there, he's almost unstoppable. Coach Badgerman not happy with the interior defense. Calls timeout. 6-0 to start here as Nipmuc gets off to the start they were looking for. I am sure that Coach Badgerman is talking about their interior defense. They know that McKinney is their leading scorer and rebounder. He's just got so much height and experience down there. Caleb Dieters is a great defender. But McKinney will be a huge challenge. And so not only has McKinney got those 2 buckets down low, but he's missed, I think he's missed 2 or 3 that he would probably normally make. So this could be a 10-12 point deficit. So good time out there by Coach Brady Badgerman to just try to reset the ship here defensively and offensively. Offensively, I'd say they've only gotten 1 or 2 good shots. They've been trying to force Caleb, and that's not the game to do this. They really need Plantinga, Gabe, Cam Damaris to get their shot going. We'll see a Plantinga for 3 here. That's a little long, no good. Kelly skies for the board. He's looking up in transition. Kelly fires, no good. McAllister with a good rebound. Dieters to Dieters, up and under. Gabe, good ball, good pass by Gabe, and good up and under layup by Caleb Dieters. So 6-2. That was a hoop they desperately needed to see the top off the basket pop off here. Maybe that. Kelly for 3. Chase Kelly. You can't leave him wide open. Hits a 3, makes it 9-2. Gabe Dieters trying to match it. Gabe, no good. Could have got his own rebound. Looked like they're going to get a rebound. A foul, I should say. That's going to go on Ben Graves, number 22, just in the game. Ben slammed the floor there. The refs gave him the benefit of the doubt that he was slamming the floor at his own frustration. Because if they perceived that as slamming the floor at the call, could have teed him up there. But I think it was good restraint by the ref. But Ben's got to control himself there. He was boxing out, but just a little too aggressively. Damaris for 3. Online, but a little long from the corner. 3:22 left first quarter, 9-2 Warriors. Kelly again for 3. No good, so here comes Crusaders. Dylan. McAllister's going to have to take that shot. No good. Caleb battles for it all the way up. Foul, no good. You love to see that because James McKinney is getting a break on the bench right now. So that's when Caleb Dieters has to try to do his usual, go to work underneath. And that's what he did there. Short on that free throw. Aiden Benstra is going to check in for Jacob Giardini for Nipmuc. Still only the 1 sub for the Crusaders. Caleb looks a little stiff here. He's a little lost at the line. Normally a pretty good free throw shooter. Misses both. Under 3 to play now. Crusaders go man-to-man. Plantinga on Kelly. Chase Kelly now. Fires from NBA range. No good, but they get the foul. That is a rough foul on Caleb Dieters. That's going to be 3 free throws. Chase Kelly. He's going to shoot from that. You want to contest, but you got to give that up. You can't be fouling and letting him go to the free throw line. Good free throw shooter. By the way, that's 4 team fouls on the Crusaders with 2:45 left first quarter. The next foul for them will put them in the bonus. So every foul after that for the first quarter anyway will be 2 shots. So Kelly has made his first 2. See if he can make it 3 for 3 here. That one rims and falls through. So 12-2. Big start for Nipmuc. Crusaders need some hoops bad. Get themselves back into this. Gabe looks down to his brother. Caleb going to work. Damaris, good drive, good pass. Dieters, great play by Cam Damaris. Everyone was looking at him, and he just bounced it to Caleb. And once again, with McKinney not being in there, Caleb a lot more comfortable. Nipmuc still has height, but McKinney's that huge height that's going to give them big problems. That's going to be the first time out by Nipmuc. Their coaching staff not pleased at all with the offensive possession. Talking to the ref. So I don't know if he was yelling at the ref. I thought he was yelling at his own players, but he's showing a lot of frustration. Needs to be very careful. It's a lot of frustration. Now he's screaming at the team. So 2:10 left. Once again, Crusaders have 4 team fouls in this. And hopefully you know the rule by now, but the new rule is there's no more 1-on-1s in high school basketball. You're getting a bonus per quarter. The team fouls start over each quarter. And when you get to 5, it's 2 fouls automatically every foul. So that could play big here if this last 2:10 before you wipe that clean again. Nipmuc only has 2 team fouls, so they're nowhere in danger of that. They'll maintain possession. They have 18 seconds on the shot clock. After that, see if they put McKinney back in. They did not, so it's interesting. Nipmuc, this would be a big stop here for Whitensville. They just got that hoop from Caleb. If they could get a stop and a bucket, they'll make this much more manageable. Kelly with kind of a flip shot with his left, doesn't get it. Caleb clears the board. Plantinga now has it. Cam with a little one-hand shot, swish. Cam Damaris gets the crowd on its feet, makes it 12-6. Nipmuc now only up 6. It was 12-2. Little zone here by Whitensville. That's going to be Chase Kelly for 3. No good. Again, Caleb gets the rebound. Finds Dylan. Dylan should push it here. He does. Caleb, Plantinga. Would love to see Plantinga find his offense. Now Gabe Dieters. Cam's looking to get his offense going. Oh, that's a kick ball. That was a kick ball, but they called it incidental. 1:11 left. Logan DeMarzo looking to drive on Damaris. He goes left. Good drive. No good. Damaris gets the board. They should be pushing it now. They should be pushing it. Damaris does. Cam will fire. Just short. Coach Badgerman talking to Cam. Cam was feeling his offensive game. Wanted to give himself a little heat check there, but Coach Badgerman doesn't mind a shot, but he wanted to see some ball movement before. You can get an okay shot, but you can get a better shot. Oh, you can't let Kelly wide open. Braden Kelly drains a huge 3. You just can't let him go like that. You know that's really all he wants to do. Caleb now. That's Gabe to try to match it. Hangs on the rim there for an eternity, but falls out. 15-6. Last possession of the first quarter for Nipmuc. Most likely anyway, as there's no more shot clock. So Chase Kelly on Nipmuc gets a violation call for running out of bounds. You can't run out of bounds and come back in and get the ball. So often you get away with something like that, but the refs saw it. So that gives the Crusaders, they got to hurry here. They got 8 seconds left to do something. This is, got to shoot it. Plantinga will, in and out. So that's going to do it for the first quarter. The kind of quarter, for the most part, that Nipmuc was looking for. They're up 9, 15-6. 2, and the Crusaders, they got a couple of buckets. For some reason, I don't know if McKinney has a couple of fouls, because he's their leading scorer and rebounder, and he's been out of the game and still standing behind the huddle there. So might be foul trouble or something the coach didn't like, but that's given Caleb Dieters a little bit of life here for the Crusaders, giving out the tallest guy on the floor and getting him a chance to go to work. Cam Damaris didn't start. Zach Casey did. Cam has given him a little life on offense. But what he needs to do on defense in that zone is he cannot let Braden Kelly, who drained that 3 because they left him alone. Braden had 8 threes in the game in the loss against BMR on Tuesday. When he gets hot, forget about it. Both Kellys on the perimeter. They love to get DeMarzo, their big guy, on the point to free up their shooters. Almost a steal, but that's going to leave Chase Kelly wide open. Dylan gambles to get it, but when he missed, that made it tough, makes it 18-6. It's going to be tough. That's going to be a push. A push on Ben Graves. That's 2 on Ben, I believe. Here comes McKinney back in for Ben. That's 3 on Ben, who didn't start, but he got 3 fouls, so only the first team foul for Nipmuc here in the second quarter. Crusaders are going to struggle matching the firepower shooting that Nipmuc has. They're going to have to start making some of these. Plantinga with a good drive. Love to see Zeke get going. What I've noticed here, is I didn't see the 2 road games, is Zeke's been a little bit passive offensively, and Coach Badgerman needs him to keep looking for his shot. McKinney looks for his shot. He traveled. A little bit cold off the bench. Didn't like the call, but I think it was pretty obvious. He spun this a second pivot foot. Can't do that unless you're in the NBA. So it's 18-8. That was a big drive by Plantinga. Now Whitensville has a chance to get it back into single digits. Gabe almost loses it. Zach Casey gets it. Another blocking foul. Coach not happy. That one was the second foul now on Chase Kelly. That was. I mean, you guys trying to dribble, you can't play with your legs. That's going to be Gabe Dieters. He gets it to his brother, Caleb. Caleb with a spin move off the glass. Huge shot, makes it 18-10. All 3 Dieters in the game right now with Micah as well. Great pass in there to DeMarzo, but DeMarzo couldn't get it. That's Kelly does get it into McKinney. McKinney, point blank, misses it. Crusaders can get this to 6 or 5. Gabe in triple threat position. Zach's got to get out of there. He does. Zeke all the way. He gets the foul now called on Logan DeMarzo. So Nipmuc piling up the fouls here. That's going to be 3-team early in this second quarter. I think that's going to be 3. It's going to send, that's 3 team fouls. They're going to get, as I said, that's Braden Kelly. That's his first. Zeke will get to the line. So far, another big story here for the Crusaders is their missed free throws. They're normally a good free throw shooting team, but between Caleb Dieters and now Plantinga, we'll see if Zeke can get him this one. He does. That's good. See one go in. That helps the shooter, that's for sure. That's 3 points now for Plantinga. Mason Kirkpatrick, number 11, is in the game. He gets it over to DeMarzo. DeMarzo looks back. He gets it. Got a foul called here on the Crusaders. I was a little distracted. That's going to be 2 on Gabe Dieters. Another big rebound. Micah Dieters now has it. Gets to his brother, younger brother, Gabe. Plantinga to Zach. They got to look for their offense here, especially Isaiah. Great scramble to Kelly. He's going to go up with that left. No good. Good board by Micah. Plantinga back. Plantinga's got to look for his offense. With Cam Damaris out, Cabe, he stepped. He did. Cam Damaris will check back in for Micah Dieters. On that play, it was a good idea by Gabe Dieters in the corner. He up-faked it. He was going to drive, and then it's like he wasn't sure if he wanted to shoot it or drive it, and he traveled. As he gets more experience, only a freshman, he'll make that play with ease. DeMarzo, man, he skied, couldn't get it, but he gets his own rebound. Logan DeMarzo for 2, 20-11. A little over 5 minutes to play here in the half. Crusaders need a bucket here. They need a good offensive possession. Looked like Caleb was looking for the foul. Then he was hoping for the block. He got none of it, and it went out of bounds. Back to Nipmuc. You can tell Caleb is not confident with that drive when McKinney is in there. McKinney's got a few inches on him. So his teammates got to know that. They get it to McKinney. See who they got on that, because that might be on Gabe. That would be 3 on Gabe Dieters. He was kind of pulling his jersey. Hopefully they got Zach. No, they got Gabe, so that's going to bring Dylan back in. Got to sit Gabe for the rest of the half because with the 3. So lead back to 10. All right, he made 1 of 2, so 4:36 left in this half. Crusaders need a couple of buckets and stops to get. Cam will fire from 3. Looked like he kind of dipped it. They got to stop the ball, and they didn't. Logan DeMarzo for another 2. Timeout. Crusaders. For the most part, Whitinsville Christian has played the transition well here tonight. But that time, seemed like every guy was looking to find their defender, and they just sort of parted the sea. They have to know that Logan he'll be aggressive. He's done it a couple of times, so on that play, wide open. This has been kind of back and forth. I think both teams playing pretty strong defense, but just like the biggest difference in these two teams right now is offensive firepower. Plantinga doesn't seem to want to take that 3. Cam will. But other than that, Dylan's a distributor. He'll drive, but he doesn't really want to shoot from the outside. Gabe similarly, so it's just tough without the shooters that the Crusaders usually are used to having. You wonder if they may need to go to a Brady Gorman or somebody at some point who can nail an open 3 if you get it to him. So the Crusaders look at the ball. There's 4:18 left. Down 12. Looking to get this down to 7 or 8 by halftime, if not better. Nipmuc's in a 1-3-1 zone. Zeke attacks it. There goes Dylan. That went off of Plantinga. Plantinga didn't think it went off of him, but the refs were right there, so ball goes back to Nipmuc. That's Giardini, takes the point. He gets it to DeMarzo. DeMarzo backed out to Kelly for 3. No good. It looks like it's going to stay. Believe Cam got a hand on that last. Boy, I'll tell you, Whitinsville very, very fortunate. Braden Kelly, great 3-point shooter. Now he shoots a 2. No good. They got to be able to take advantage here. Okay, Dylan. Dylan finds Caleb. Caleb with an easy layup. Great play by Caleb Dieters. Brings it back to 10. 3:30 left first half. Been a quick first half here. Braden Kelly takes the point. Gets it to Chase. Chase drives. He's another lefty. Gets stuck down there, but he finds DeMarzo. DeMarzo finds McKinney. McKinney off the glass and in. For the most part, the second quarter, the Crusaders have been good about denying that, but that time the big guy got a point-blank range. Cam finds himself in the lane, turnaround, A little bit wild off the glass. McKinney goes to work on Dieters. No good. They're crashing the glass. Man, Nipmuc gets it. Kelly for three. It's in. Clock issue, perhaps. So it's a 28-13. That's now ballooned this lead up to 15. Crusaders, when Caleb Dieter's not scoring, are struggling. Cam will continue to fire. That one looked good from the corner, but it rims out. But at least Cam's willing to shoot. The rest of these outside shooters got to find their range. DeMarzo no good. Good board by Dylan. It looked like they got a foul on Chase Kelly. That could be 3 on Chase. That could prove big. Chase is going to have to come out. Nipmuc will check in. Mason Kirkpatrick, number 11 for Chase. That's 4 team fouls. So the next foul on Nipmuc will send Crusaders to the line. So they have to be aggressive here, force the refs to make a decision. Cam finds Zach. Zach catches it with one hand. Not looking for his shot. There's 20 seconds shot clock. Plantinga finds Caleb. Caleb's going to have to go up and under again. McKinney bothers it. No good. They got to be careful. McKinney gets it to Kirkpatrick. A steal now. Caleb Dieter's leading the break. Caleb loses it. That's going to be a foul on Caleb. That's going to be 2 on Caleb. A little bit of foul trouble might become a story in this game. It's an aggressive game. Refs calling it a bit close, so that's 2 on Caleb. Brady Gorman does check in, number 2. I think Coach Badgema hoping that Brady can get him a 3-ball here. McKinney all the way to the hole. Oh, boy. Are they going to get Caleb again on that? See, yep, that's 3. He's going to have to take Caleb out, I think. He's going to have to maybe go to Micah, somebody with a little bit of height. Yeah, he's going to go to Micah. Get 127 left in this half. You can't allow Caleb to get 4, but on the other hand, down 16, there's only so much time you can go with the senior captain on the bench. McKinney, a good free throw shooter. He drills both. It's 30-13. There's 123 left in this half. See if the Crusaders can get some offense going. They can't rely on Caleb here with him on the bench for the rest of the half. Plantinga, Dylan up fakes. Dylan finds Micah. Micah loses it right into the hands of Zach Casey. Zach can't connect. On the break comes Jacob Giardini. Another foul. Man, who do we got on this one? It's going to be the first on McAllister. So it's 5 team fouls. So any fouls from here on in for either team with 1 minute left in the half, any fouls will be 2 shots. So Giardini makes the first of 2. Could push this lead up to 20 if the Crusaders aren't careful. No good, but McKinney without black ball, he says. So McKinney without Caleb in there is looking to crash the boards. Zach Casey's got to put a body on him. Be a big swing if the Nipmuc can get a hoop here versus a stop and a hoop from the Crusaders on the other end. Braden Kelly gets it blocked by Plantinga. Good athletic play by Zeke. McAllister finds Gorman. Oh, Gorman, I would have loved to see him pull the trigger. That's why he's in there. Fired up there. Gorman's, doesn't fire there. I understand he's cold off the bench. McAllister, at some point, is going to have to try to make that shot. He flips it up. No good. Dylan loses it. DeMarzo gets it back out to Kelly, who steps into it. No good. McKinney with an easy rebound, and look, drops into Casey's lap. 15 seconds left. Somebody's got a fire here. We'll see what Plantinga can do. Trying to draw a foul on McKinney. That would have been huge. He's got to shoot. Casey will fire at the buzzer. No good. Thought that was on line for Zach Casey. Would have been a big shot. Bringing it down to 15 at halftime. So once again, story for the Crusaders here in this Dual Valley Conference has just been offensive issues. Earlier in the season, when they played teams that didn't have a lot of height, they really relied heavily on inside play by both Caleb Dieters and his brother Gabe. But with the height of Nipmuc, it's big problems down low, so they have to rely on outside shooting. And right now, Cam Damaris not connecting, and Isaiah Plantinga not looking for a shot as much as you'd like to see. So it's a little bit difficult to find the scoring to match Nipmuc. They had their moments in that half, especially defensively and rebounding. They got it under 10 with some shots to do even better, but they just struggled. Only 13 points in that first half. Nipmuc's coaching staff still out here. The players went to the locker room. Man, he's got a staff like the NBA. I mean, he's got 4 assistants. Nipmuc's going to have to add a back row like they have in the NBA if they have any more coaches. So they're discussing it. Nipmuc, they feel like this is their year. Some of these guys have been playing for a while, and McKinney, and they have Braden Kelly, a senior, Giardini, a senior, Banstra, a senior. But a lot of juniors. McKinney's a junior, DeMarzo, Chase Kelly, Ben Graves, Banstra. So they'll probably be pretty good next year, too, especially bringing back McKinney. Could potentially grow even more. He's put on some muscle since the last I saw James McKinney last year. That's helping him a great deal down low. So they're, again, Nipmuc was 6-2, but a huge loss to BMR, which I was sort of shocked to see after seeing him handle Hopedale and Douglas. Losing to a BMR team that the Crusaders beat pretty easily here at home a couple weeks ago. All right, so hopefully you got your snacks, drinks. In a couple minutes, I'm going to give you a little bit of the rundown on the first MIAA power rankings in basketball that came out, and some interesting rankings and where everybody lies and how all that shapes out. A lot of time to go, but so they don't start the power rankings till about the 4th week of the season. Before I do that, Greg Masadi, a scorebook keeper, was nice enough to get me some stats for WCS. Caleb and Gabe both have 3 fouls, which I've told you. Before going to the bench, Caleb has managed 8 points. A lot of that was during the spots when McKinney was on the bench. McKinney has 9 points. Chase Kelly also has 9. Chase with a couple of 3 balls. Okay, so as I mentioned, the MIA Power Rankings came out today, actually, hot off the presses. And in case you're wondering, it's been a few years now, so you're probably up to, but if it's new to you, no longer do they do regions when it comes to tournament play when the season is over. So the MIA has a power ranking system, and it's a formula, so it's not just like voting on what your eyes see. They actually have a formula set up, and it's who you play. It's your average margin of victory, and it's also the rating of your opponent, which is really important to keep in mind with these power rankings, is your opponent and their rating is so important. A loss to a really good team is much better than a win against a weak team. You'll actually see a team lose, and this isn't just in basketball, but all the sports, lose or win a game, like, oh, that'll bring them up in the power rankings, and it actually they lowers them because they beat a weaker opponent. Whereas if you lose maybe a close game to a higher ranked opponent, you'll actually might bump up in the ratings. So strength of schedule, and that's kind of interesting now as coaches start getting used to this and athletic directors, especially when you book. You're obviously, remember, going to play your conference teams twice. So the Crusaders are going to play Nipmuc, they're going to play Hopedale, Douglas, BMR, Sutton twice. That's just going to happen every year because they're in the same conference. After that, Coach Brady Badgema and Kurt Savage, the athletic director, have to decide who do we want to play and who wants to play us. And in the past, you would maybe choose some weaker opponents to gain confidence and also beef up your record to get considered for tournament play. But now, you might want to beef up your opponents. Even though you might take more losses, it'll actually help you in the long run. But with a team like this, with the Crusaders, with a lot of inexperience coming into this year, you kind of had to balance that out. It was good to give them some confident wins early in the season coming into some of these really tough conference opponents. But at the same time, they didn't really help them in the rankings. So as I looked at it, the Crusaders are in Division 4. And right now, the WCS boys are number 43 in Division 4 of the state of Massachusetts. So remember, there's 5 divisions. Most of the Division 1s are either in the cities, Boston area, Springfield, Worcester, that kind of thing. Division 2, most of them are in the east, with a few exceptions. Division 3 are kind of spread around from the west to the east. And same with Division 4. A lot of Division 5 schools are in the Berkshires or around here, or smaller schools, because it's based on size. So the Crusaders are Division 4, and they're 43rd. Now, why is it important? Well, you need to be in the top 32 to automatically qualify for the state tournament at the end of the season. Still a long time to go before then, right? But you need to be in the top 32, which the Crusaders have been for a number of years now, including last year. Now, that being said, if you have a winning record, you at least get a play-in game to see if you can get in that top 32. And the Crusaders are 4-2, so if they lose this one in Nipmuc, they'll be 4-3, and that will drop them down. So the winning record might be tough, but we'll see to get them in that play-in game. But these tough opponents in the DVC should, win or lose, move them up a little bit. So right now they're 43rd, and we'll see what happens. This will be a big one for them because Nipmuc is in Division 3. They're a bigger school. They play in Division 3 win the state tournament, and right now Nipmuc is 29th. They're in the top 32 in Division 3, so it'll be a great opponent for the Crusaders when it comes to this. Elsewhere in the DVC, looking today, Hopedale, which is in Division 5, is 17th. Douglas is Division 5, is number 5 in D5. So Douglas up there. Douglas, who in Division 5 soccer boys got all the way to the state finals and lost in shootouts. So some good athletes in the upperclassmen for kind of in the area. In case you're interested, know a lot of kids on Uxbridge who had a great football team, Super Bowl winning football team this year. Their basketball team is ranked 12th in Division 4. Uxbridge hasn't been great last several years, but this has been the best team in a while. Northbridge, right next door, is number 29th in Division 4. And the last thing I'll give you up to date on is our WCS girls, who are 3-3 overall, just losing a tough one to Sutton, and they're at Nipmuc tonight. They are in Division 4 as well, the boys. They're number 43. So interestingly, both the WCS boys and girls are ranked 43rd in Division 4. So both need some big victories here in the coming weeks. Once again, it's early. It's the first edition of that. Teams are back on the floor here. Once again, if you're just tuning in late, it's a pretty close first quarter, but the offensive firepower for Nipmuc, along with some foul trouble to WCS's best two players, Caleb and Gabe Dieters, has given the Warriors a 31-13 halftime lead. Crusaders, I'm sure, talked a lot in halftime about how they're going to attack this. They got the starting lineup back in, starting with the ball, going from left to right. Nipmuc in a bit of a zone. Caleb loses it right away. Caleb, that bounced around, and Caleb reached and grabbed it as Zach Casey couldn't get it. Caleb was out of bounds when he touched it. Can't do that. So here comes Nipmuc. Kelly for three. Man, he looks over at Plantinga. Kind of gave him the stink eye. I think Plantinga had gotten the block earlier. That was a gigantic way to start the half, 34-13. Kelly now gets to steal. Got it to Giardini. But Dylan McAllister with a great block, getting back in transition. Oh, man. My bad. He fouled him. So that's two on McAllister. That'll bring Giardini to the line. Giardini makes both. It's 36-13, huge lead here as Nipmuc has not stopped the offensive firepower as they come out here in the second half. Dieters to Casey, confidently fires a three, no good, but Gabe gets it. Man, Gabe had a point blank. He's a little off, being in foul trouble. Gabe and his brother Caleb have three each. So ball back to Nipmuc. Good drive by DeMarzo. No good. McKinney no good. DeMarzo does. Now Nipmuc is crashing the glass so much that Coach Badgerman needs a timeout. Nothing going right here to start the third for the Crusaders. Nipmuc just too tough, not only from outside, but now inside as their offensive rebounding has quieted this gym in Whitensville. 25-point lead. It shouldn't be this big of a margin. Coming in, you knew Nipmuc's a better team, but they lost to BMR. BMR played them tough on Tuesday. They beat Hopedale and Douglas, but not by a ton. Like, they beat Douglas, did Nipmuc by 10, and the Crusaders played Douglas close. They were within 4 or 5 until the last few minutes of the game. So coming in at home, you know they were really looking to be in this one with Nipmuc, but Nipmuc clearly angry from that tough loss against BMR, came in not fooling around. Right now, this game's in danger of being a laugher, so the Crusaders getting pressed now need to settle their nerves, get some offense going, and get some stops and some transition looks. Caleb finds Casey. No one seems to want to shoot. Caleb does. They're going to give McKinney a foul on that. I thought he might have got mostly ball, but ref was right there. Actually, oh, okay. So they got Braden Kelly for that one. So McKinney did get ball, but Kelly got Caleb from behind. Boy, Caleb's struggling from the free throw line. Normally a good free throw shooter, but hasn't made one so far tonight. Needs to see one go in, get some confidence. There it is. Swish. So now the Crusaders can set up their defense. Try to get aggressive here as they go 1-3-1-D and maybe get some transitional looks. Dangerous cross-court pass. DeMarzo. Caleb's got to be careful not to get his fourth here. Beautiful three from Jacob Giardini from the corner. Everybody now getting into the action for the Warriors. Dave Dieters loses it. Casey gets it back. Dieters up and under, up fake. Almost gets it to roll, but Caleb gets back on D as he can't make that one. Just under 6 to go. Giardini, who just made the three. We got almost a steal by Zach Casey. Man, Nipmuc coaching staff is tough. We got a 27-point lead. They call time because that was in danger of being tied up. So at this point with the Crusaders, which is really tough to do at any level, but especially when you're in high school, is to not get despondent and feel a bit shell-shocked. Instead, to try to play this. Coach Badgett is probably talking to them about playing this the next, say, 3 minutes. You know, you got 5:49 left in the third. Let's outplay him, out-hustle him, out-rebound him. Get out in transition, get some hoops here in the next 3 minutes, see what we can do. Don't worry so much about the score. Coming back from 27, when you only have 14, that's going to be tough to do. But you can't get despondent. You can't, which is easier said for me here in the back row than it is down there. Watching Nipmuc crash the glass, get threes. There's 24 seconds on the shot clock. So Nipmuc will take it side out. Looking down McKinney. McKinney's going to have a wide open layup. No problem there as Caleb tried to front him, but it didn't work. Good effort, but McKinney just too tall. Zeke calls out the plays. Looking for a screen from Caleb. Zeke. No good, but McAllister finds Caleb. Good pass by Dylan to Caleb. 43-16. So the Crusaders set up their D, need a few steals here. Cam Damaris is going to check in for the first time in the second half. Okay. So turnover by Nipmuc. Oh, that's another foul. Okay. I wasn't sure. It was an illegal screen, I guess. They called on McKinney. Only his second. Crusaders have a chance to eat into this a little bit. Like I said, play in just a few minutes here. See if you can get something going. Zeke will fire for three. No good. Rebound. McAllister got his hand in it. So Gabe's going to go to work. Look for the foul. Good spin. No good. It was just hanging up there. Otherwise, Isaiah probably would have got it, but he had jumped and came back down again before that ball came off the rim. That's going to be Giardini. He's going to go hard to the hole. And I think they're going to get Dylan for that one. That's three on Dylan, but I was a little worried they were going to get Gabe Dieters, because Gabe already has three, and they just can't afford here, with still 4:33 left to go in the third, to lose either Caleb or Gabe. They're the only ones that really are just able to get on those big bodies from Nipmuc. We got a kickball. Once again, another slamming of the floor by Braden Kelly. These refs, I think, are showing a lot of patience. When the team's up 27, complaining the way they kind of have here, lucky not to get it teed up. All right, there's Caleb, up and under. Great play, great drive by Caleb. Makes it 43-18, just over 4 to play third quarter. So once again, a little bit better here the last couple of minutes after that timeout. Kelly, he had McKinney, but looked like Caleb got his hand on it. Here comes Damaris. He's going to go all the way. Cam Damaris and the foul. Now Kelly slams the ball again. He was, I think, angry at his own teammate, but that's 3 on Braden Kelly, which is probably why he was upset. Coach keeps him in. See if they get Braden out. Cam needed to make it, and he did. So here we go, 43-21. Can the Crusaders get this under 20 before we get to the fourth quarter? Defense intensity is increased. Kelly gets free. No good. Plantinga with the board. He's going to lead the break. Kelly's lucky to get his fourth there. Dylan's going to go hard to the hoop, but he finds Gabe Dieters, who fires from 3. No good. Damaris is going to shoot it. Why not? Oh, no good. That would have been huge for either Gabe or Cam to make that one. Both of them looked online and from the corner, from where I'm sitting and from where you see it. That time was Chase Kelly. From what I can recall, that's the first shot from Chase. He hit a couple of big ones, in the third quarter. He hit a couple of big ones in the first half. 3:04 left. Crusaders have eaten into this lead a little bit. Plantinga, no good. They still just can't make it from the outside. Still 43-21. Had a chance to get this under 20. Kelly's going to draw the foul. Plantinga and Kelly going back and forth a little bit. Oh, man, Plantinga had ball. They got Dylan. Dylan now has 4. He's going to have to go to the bench with 2:44 left. Third quarter, Dylan with 4 fouls. So Micah Dieters will come in for him. Braden Kelly gets wide open off the screen, doesn't get it to go. Looks like, man, a lot of reach in here. Gabe, all right, that was Plantinga, just pulled the string on it. It looked like a great drive, but Isaiah floated a little bit. It's going to be Giardini. We got another foul. That one's going to go on Gabe. That's 4 on Gabe. That means Zach Casey. A lot of fouls called in this one. That's going to be 4 team on Crusaders. 3 team with 2:20 left for Nipmuc. WCS now on the man-to-man. That's going to, oh, man, it looked like McKinney had it. He's on Caleb. Caleb's got to be careful. We don't need 4 on him. McKinney does work. No good. Great defense by Caleb Dieters. Here comes Plantinga now leading the break. Isaiah made a great drive last time. He just pulled the string. He wanted to keep being aggressive. He's going to shoot from 3. Drills it. Big 3. Gets it within 20. That makes it 43-24. 19-point advantage. If Crusaders can get a stop here and another bucket, that could make the fourth a little interesting. But boy, McKinney, when he gets rolling to the hoop like that, tough to stop. Stops the bleeding a little bit for the Warriors. Cam, man, he wants to shot, but Plantinga just drilled one. Love to see him do it again. Mike is not going to want that shot. He gets it to to Caleb. Oh, Caleb. Caleb had Cam, but he forgot Cam's not 7 feet tall. It slipped out of his hands. Sometimes you're in a hurry to cross court past that. Knew that he had a shooter with an open three, and he wasn't able to follow through, and it slipped out of bounds into the bench. 1:14 left. McKinney again. That's a okay. We're gonna get a charge on Caleb. That's 4 on Caleb. He was moving, so I get the call, but McKinney also put his elbow into his face, so I don't know. I could have went either way on that. But again, James McKinney, so aggressive. When you aggressively take to the hole, you show the refs that, you tend to get the benefit of the doubt. I think the right play here. Coach Badgerman keeps Caleb out there. I mean, it's a 48-24 game. I mean, you take Caleb out here with Gabe and Dylan already with 4. You may as well be running up the flag. You may as well just risk it here and see if you can do something. Michael gets it blocked. It's a battle. Plantinga gets it out to Cam. Cam to Zach. Cam's going to fire for 3. It's a swish. That makes it 48-27, just under a minute left. Plantinga and Cam connecting. That's what they've needed. Boy, Nipmuc's just going to McKinney at the free throw line, and he's just taking Caleb off the dribble. Oh, my goodness. Another foul. Can we please with this? Just let him play a little bit here. That's going to be the first on Micah. They're in the bonus, so it's more free throws. This time it'll be Jacob Giardini, number 33. With all the games I've done so far, I think I've seen, girls and boys, I think I've seen the bonus like once. I've seen it in like every quarter in this one. The teams are playing aggressively. No good. Casey Skies for the board. No difference between shot and game clock. Plantinga and Damaris have to look for their shooting. Caleb's got to be careful. Caleb's just got to be very careful on that. Cam's going to fire again, and he makes it again. If Cam can heat up, who knows? 48-30 gets it to 18. Could make the fourth quarter a little bit more interesting. Nipmuc, not much of a play here. Oh, my goodness, what a pass. I was very surprised. Nipmuc seemed to not really have anything going. And they got a wide open look. But with McKinney being on the bench, I think it was Aiden Banstra who had a shot there. Both Kellys for Nipmuc are going to check back in to start the fourth. Foul trouble being, I know there's 3 fouls for Braden. I'm not sure about Chase. He might also have 3. Not sure. But boy, the Crusaders have all kinds of foul trouble with Gabe Dieters with 4, Caleb Dieters with 4, Dylan McAllister with 4. I'm not sure if anyone else has 3, but that's 3 starters right there. Caleb has stayed in the game. And that's you're on borrowed time with Caleb, especially if McKinney comes back in. It looks like McKinney's not in there. Start the fourth. Zach Casey, Micah, they're going to have to help out on McKinney when he gets in there, and really on any of the Warriors who are down low, because they need Caleb to rebound. They need him down there. And right now, with Plantinga and Cam Damaris catching fire a little bit, hit 3 threes, that's what they got to do, down 18. Plantinga almost steals it from Kelly. Kelly's going to try to take advantage. He gets it stolen. Plantinga tried to swipe it. Nipmuc, very fortunate to keep the ball after 2 opportunities for the Crusaders to get it going the other way. That would have been big. Instead, wide open underneath the hoop. That was DeMarzo, no good. Cam's going to fire again, and he drills it again. When Damaris gets going, you never know. 48-33. That's 3 threes in a row for Cam. When he's feeling it, nobody shoots it quite like Cam. Now Cam's aggressively playing D. They're going to check McKinney back in, which makes sense. As Nipmuc is struggling big time without him, as Kelly was looking for Mason Kirkpatrick, and he threw it out of bounds, so that's going to bring the big center back in for Nipmuc. So 7:03 left. It's a 15-point game. Crusaders could have played this the whole game. They could have easily stayed in this. We'll see if they can. Plantinga with a drive. Oh, that rattled around, no good. Micah, great board. Continues to fight, but he loses it. So here comes Nipmuc in transition. Micah got the board. He would have liked to have seen him throw it back out, but good hustle play by the sophomore. Zach Casey kind of bit on the up fake from DeMarzo and gets fouled. They're going to get DeMarzo to the line for 2. That's only 1 on Zach. It wasn't long ago, about midway through the third, that I told you that Coach Badgerman has to tell his team, down 27 they were, to, hey, let's win the next 3 minutes. And they've won every minute since then, as they've got it down to 15-16, as it's 49-33. This will be a tough hill to climb, but you got to love how the Crusaders have not given up on this one, led by Cam Damaris' offense. Caleb hoping to get to the line. Almost makes it an old-fashioned three-point play, but it comes out. But Caleb will get to the line for 2. Good up fake as both DeMarzo and McKinney were looking for the block on that. Not sure who they got on that. Never posted it, so it's first team for the visitors. Caleb can't get it, but it's going to go back to Caleb for another possession. And he was looking for Micah, but he threw it out of bounds. You wonder how long Coach Badgerman can go here. He has an opportunity, but it's slim. He's got Gabe and Dylan with 4. At least Gabe he might have to bring back in here. That looked like maybe a travel. That's going to be Brayton Kelly for 3. Another 3. Sweet stroke from the guard. That was a breaking sequence there. So Crusaders with no room for error trying to get back, climb back in this one. It was 51. I mean, it was 48-34. When Caleb missed the free throw, it was a battle down low. Good battle by the Crusaders. Back to Caleb. He had a chance to just kind of get it to Cam. Maybe give him another 3. He's hit 3 in the last few minutes. Instead, he saw Micah in the corner and threw it out of bounds. Then the Warriors come back. In a scramble, they get Brayden Kelly free for 3 points. And he doesn't miss if it's wide open. Brayden had 8 threes last game. He was cold in the first half, at least in the first quarter, but he's come on since then. So lead ballooned back up to 18. So once again, Coach Badgermaster be telling his guys, look, last 6 minutes, let's play it in 2 or 3 minute segments here. Let's win this next 2 minutes. Let's get some some hoops. Let's get a couple stops. See if in the last few minutes we can give it a shot here. Just really love to see the fight for the Crusaders in this one. Could have given up down 27 in the second half. They never did. It's a testament to good leadership, good coaching. Oh boy, that was not what you were looking for. I'm not sure what they drew up there, but it was confusing. As Damaris was looking for Plantinga, but Plantinga had moved. So ball back to Nipmuc. It's going to be Chase Kelly. Down to James McKinney. Tell you, for a star player, the junior gets a lot of coaching from the bench. But kickball. The ref's not happy with Zach for some reason. I don't think Zach really did much. Casey's not happy. Caleb's going to have a tough one, but he fades away. Caleb Dieters drains it. I wonder if you got to go back to Gabe here. They are. They're going to go back to Gabe. I figured Coach Badger, Gabe and Dylan, figured he was going to wait till the 5-minute mark, and that's what he did. McKinney now looking to drive on Caleb because Caleb has 4. Caleb gets to board. He's got Zeke wide open for a layup, and Zeke almost missed it, but it goes 52-38. The visor's getting a little bit tighter here for Nipmuc, still with a 14-point lead. But a stop here. Boy, that was a risky pass. They get it to their superstar McKinney. He can't get it to go. Caleb clears it, gets it to Plantinga. Zeke gets the screen. He's going to go all the way. Oh boy, some of these blocking fouls. Just would like to see him play on or give him 2. Because Zeke was going to the hole and you just knew he was probably going to hit that, feeling it. Instead, it's like, looking to get the ball underneath the hoop. Ref's talking to Caleb and McKinney. I don't know what he was saying. Neither seemed happy about it. That's going to be the first foul on Jacob Giardini. Caleb to Gabe off the bench. No good. Gabe can't make that 3 from the corner. That would have been huge. 4:22 left. DeMarzo kind of gave it a little bit of a shimmy shake to Chase. They're just looking. Oh, boy. They're just looking down there for McKinney. Caleb didn't know quite where to go with it. Couldn't hit Damaris. And that's going to give Chase Kelly the opportunity to score, making it 54-38. Just under 4 left to play. Crusaders continue to battle uphill here. Had their opportunities. Plantinga's going to have to drill that. And he misses. That's going to be 5 on Gabe Dieters. Giardini got a look from the ref there. Once again, Nipmuc, as Zach Casey has to come back in for Gabe who fouled out. Nipmuc is getting close to getting a few tees here. They put a press on, down 16. Nipmuc with the ball. DeMarzo looking for McKinney. McKinney no good. McKinney's really struggled there down low in the second half. He's had his opportunities. Has another one. Misses. Here comes Caleb, who's really bothered him down there. Caleb's such a great defender. Such great bulk. Good positioning. Man, they got to find Damaris. There he is. Damaris just has to shoot. Bounces it off his foot. Now Nipmuc with numbers. Braden Kelly off the glass and in. And that is going to be tough to come back from as Coach Badgerman calls time. 56-38, 3:10 left. As I watch really ever since the mid-mark of the third quarter, Crusaders were down 27. They got it down to 15 with some serious opportunities to even cut it further in the early fourth. What it makes me say is, man, that first half, they could have easily been in this game, maybe even won this game, which is tough to say, down 18. But it was the game, this second half, really, ever since that, they were down 15, now down 18, so they've been outscored by 3 for most of the second half with a lot of foul trouble. So this shouldn't be the disparity for these teams. It just was lack of scoring for the Crusaders. But Plantinga and Damaris woke up here in the second half. All right, ref is not in a hurry. Crusaders got about 3 minutes left. McAllister will take the point. Plantinga can't really waste a lot of time. Plantinga, I should have popped that. McAllister will. No good. Cam almost had it. Braden leaks out, stuffs himself with that shot. Zeke looking up. He's got Caleb. Back to Plantinga. And Damaris has to look for his shot after those 3 threes. I don't think he's even shot. Fire away, big fella. 2:30 left. So now either team, you're just looking to finish strong. Braden Kelly with another 3. He drains it. That is going to put it in the books. 59-38, just over 2 to play. Caleb Dieters gets called for a travel, another turnover. So as we wind it down here, player of this game. It's a toss-up for Nipmuc between McKinney and Braden Kelly. But I'll give it to McKinney because he does more than just score. He's also the main rebounder and great defender. Without McKinney in there, Caleb Dieters is going to do a lot more damage. So we'll give it to him. We'll give Cam Damaris for 3 and the foul. This is what I'm saying, Cam. Why is that your first shot in the last few minutes? Four threes here in this quarter, I believe, for Cam. He'll go to the line. Caleb will come out, give him a break. Going to get Jimmy Dudley in there. Jimmy doesn't get a lot of playing time. Gets in there for the last 140 or so. This player of the game for WCS, boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to give it to Cam Damaris. Caleb gets a lot of them. Good 3 there by Chase Kelly, kind of flexing. I don't know if I'd be flexing with those muscles, but hey, why not? He's excited. Team's going to get a big victory here in the DVC. Braden's going to get a chance to chuck another one, and he does. Well, if I'm Coach Badgerman, I'm telling my team to remember this because they're running this up, hitting threes with only a minute left. Hey, you can do that. If you can do it, do it. But if I'm the other team, I'm the Crusaders, I'm going to remember it when I'm at Nipmuc. When they go there, if it were me, I'm remembering it, that's for sure. But Nipmuc's got a great team this year. They're going to now go to 7-2 overall, 3-1 in a DVC. You got Nipmuc, I'm sure, had a couple of really tough practices after losing to BMR. Shouldn't have lost to that Chargers team. No idea how that happened. So I'm sure they had a couple of tough practices. Wednesday and Thursday came in here on fire. Crusaders will drop their third straight in the conference. It'll make them overall 4-3 and 1-3 in the conference. Crusaders next week will take on a Hopedale. See if they can get back in the winning ways. Hopedale lost to this Nipmuc team. Coach Badgerman can empty the bench, and so has Nipmuc. Plantinga for three, no good. Dudley uses his body. Plantinga, good drive. Isaiah for two more. They call a time to get some of these guys in with 34 seconds left. Coach Badgerman wants to see some guys that don't get a lot of action get out there, at least for, maybe get a shot off, play some defense, get some experience. So we gave player of the game to Cam Damaris for those 4 giant threes. Caleb Dieters has gotten all the other player of the games that I've done, so he could have gotten it. Another good game for Caleb, especially playing against that height against Nipmuc. So we gave it to Cam, but we'll give hustle player of the game for the Crusaders to Caleb Dieters, as he played extremely tough defense on McKinney. McKinney still got his points, but boy, could have had a lot more if Caleb didn't get his positioning and really body him, especially a lot of times with 4 fouls. That was really impressive. Coach Badgerman stayed with his senior, and man, Caleb stayed out there. Didn't even foul out, I don't think. So we're going to play out the string. It's a block down low. Ben Graves got it blocked. Just 14 on the clock now. It's going to be Liam Bruno. Boy, they're just running it out here. Oh, no, they're not. Graves will get 2. At the buzzer, once again, I'm remembering it if I'm the Crusaders. So that'll do it here at a Friday night at home. The Crusaders dropped their 3rd straight. Final score 67-43. We'll see you on the next live stream. Have a good night. God bless everybody.